We have a big program. We have a lot to do today, so we need our students to be super great listeners, and I know that you can do that today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Today is such a special day, boys and girls. We have veterans to honor, and our students are celebrating the work and dedication that each veteran sitting here today and those that are not here today did to make our country what it is today. And we want to learn as students alongside these veterans while also celebrating and honoring their work. And to do that, we have two guest speakers who are going to be here today. We have Bob Ryan, who is a veteran, and then following him, we have Major Billy Berry, who will be speaking with you about what it means to be a veteran. And they're going to talk to you about being thankful. And we are so thankful to live in the United States of America and to live in Northwest Arkansas, which is a great place to live. And followed by that, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. And followed by that, we'll have the National Anthem. We have two former Walker Wildcats who are going to lead us in the Pledge and the Anthem. And that is Kat Carson, and Savannah Wright. So we have those two singers that will be singing for us today. So at this time, I'm going to introduce Bob Ryan, and you might recognize by the last name that he is my father-in-law. So he served in the Vietnam War, and I asked him if he would come and speak to you a little bit, and he has brought with him not only a veteran, but a man that is currently serving in the military. Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't realize I'd be speaking to a large enough group of children. It's amazing. How many of you have parents or, hang on, not yet. I love it. They're so eager. How many of you have parents or relatives that are currently serving? I see one right back here. Well, we want to thank you for allowing them to serve our country and to protect you. Have you ever had something really good happen or that you did, but no one said anything to you about it? Well, how did you feel because no one recognized that you did something good? Or how many of you have ever maybe saved someone's life, but no one cared? How would you feel if that happened? You know, many people in the military do this every day because they're in combat situations. They save lives. They work hard together to protect each other. And they do it too because they love this country. And you know, when you risk your life for something and you don't hear any appreciation, that hurts. And so let me kind of share what happened to me. I get out of the military, and there's several guys in this room that I know that have served in this time period during Vietnam. When I got out of the military and went back to college, I was not greeted with thank you for serving. I was greeted with, why were you in that war? Or you were stupid to serve. We don't like you. Now, you know what that does to a person? It makes you rather angry. But we had to learn some things. We had to learn to forgive people. We had to learn that they didn't understand what we were going through. So in that, when you really feel a hurt from someone, learn to forgive them. It will actually help you in the long run. But here's what you can do. When you see a veteran, or you see someone like Ken has a hat on, and some others that have been in Vietnam have hats on, say thank you for serving. Because here's what it does for them. One, it helps them realize that people care. They've had the opportunity of serving, protecting, and they need to know that someone cared. It encourages those that are currently serving. We have some that have their uniforms on today. It gives them a good feeling that they are being recognized. You know, in some cases, people that have been in combat have seen some very terrible things happen. And they really feel bad about what they saw. They feel bad about themselves, maybe. Well, by you saying thank you for serving, you may actually save some of them's lives. And then it's also good for you to learn to say thank you. So do you like when someone tells you that when you've done something good, thank you for that. I appreciate that. This is what it does for a veteran. This is what it does for someone that's currently serving. So please remember to thank those for serving that you see that either has a hat on that says they've served or that is wearing a uniform. Now, Major Bill Berry will come and talk a little more about this.
Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? Good. Y'all look awake and you're behaving so well. Thank you for that this morning. Well, things have changed a little bit since Mr. Bob served and when I served. When I came home from Iraq, there was a lot of thank yous and a lot of gratefulness that did make me feel really good about my service. So we're going to ask all of our Vietnam veterans, especially, if you would, please stand up. Would you please stand? Mr. Bob. And if we can, y'all stay standing, or if you can, on the count of 3, can we say thank you real loud? Is that okay, teachers? I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. Can we say thank you real loud for these Vietnam veterans? 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. So, today as we celebrate Veterans Day, today is a day that reminds us to be thankful for a lot of things. Because all of us have a lot of things to be thankful for, don't we? But sometimes we don't think to be thankful. Sometimes we need a reminder of the things that are important to us so that we can be thankful for that. And we who live in the United States of America have a lot to be thankful for, don't we? There are so many things that we have in the United States that other people in other countries don't have and they can't enjoy. Some countries, did you know, they don't have the right to vote? They don't get to vote in their elections. Some countries, the people in the country, they don't have the right to give their opinion about how things should be run. They'll get in trouble just by talking. Other countries, they can't even, how many of you like to go hunting? Anybody like, yeah, a lot of hunters. Some countries, they don't even get to own guns so that they can go hunting. Their rights and their liberties are very small because of the countries they live in. In other countries, it's even not safe to go to school. Could you imagine a place where it's not safe to go to school? Or even little girls are told that education's not for them in other countries around the world. It's not safe to go to the grocery store or to play with friends or even go to church. But that's not the case here in the United States, is it? We're free to go to school, and education is for everyone. We don't have to worry about when we play with friends or go to the grocery store, because we have certain freedoms here that men and women throughout the centuries have fought for so that we can have. You see, in the United States, we enjoy prosperity and freedom unlike any other country in the world. And we have a lot to be thankful for. And these men and women who served our country in the Army and the Navy and the Air Force, Marines and Coast Guard did that so that we could have those freedoms. So even today when we think, Veterans Day is a day to remind us to be thankful to our veterans, but also thankful for the people who serve us every day in different capacities, in different ways. Because veterans can go overseas to different countries and fight and serve because they know that the United States is well taken care of by the people that are still at home. So even on this Veterans Day, veterans can go overseas or serve because they know that your teachers are going to teach you. So you can be thankful for your teachers. We know that your cafeteria workers are going to feed you. So you can be thankful for your cafeteria workers, even today. You can be thankful for the police and firemen who keep you safe. Thankful for construction and factory workers who make the things that you need. You can be thankful for your custodians who keep things clean and safe for you to be at school. Thankful for coaches who coach you. And thankful for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and friends who take care of you. And veterans can go overseas to serve because they know that the United States is well taken care of when we leave. Now, can you think of something to be thankful for today? Can you think of somebody to thank today? Who do you think? Who would you thank today? Thankful for your family. And people that serve and veterans can go overseas because they have confidence that their families are going to be taken care of when they go overseas. So today, as we think about Veterans Day, let's also think about how many people we can be thankful for every day. The United States of America is a great nation because of the people who live here. And that is why veterans can fight and protect her. So veterans appreciate your thankfulness, but veterans are also thankful for you and for what you do. And you as children in this elementary school, we're thankful that the United States will be in good hands far after we're gone. So today, let's think of all the people we can be thankful for and thank them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's give them both a really big hand. Thank you guys for coming and sharing. You know, this is one of the first times we've had somebody actually come speak, and I really like doing that. I think we'll try to keep that up. All right, our girls, did they tell you these are two former Walker students? Yeah, they are. All right, turn that thing on me. They're actually gonna lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem. So let's go ahead and stand up, face the flag, hands over our hearts.
Oh, we did this morning. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so now we're going to sing the national anthem, but we would really like to say a big thank you, whether or not you saw active duty and whether or not you saw war or you were safe. We appreciate the time you gave up and you left your family, and we cannot say a big enough thank you.
And welcome home.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This is fourth grade, and we celebrate America.
Welcome to our program today. Join in our celebration of our country that we love and those who serve our nation.
Of all the nations to be found as this planet spins round and round, it is with great pride that I could say, today we celebrate the USA.
One land, one heart. Wait. One land, one flag, one land, one heart, one nation evermore. The stars and stripes remind us all what's at our country's core.
Brave and bold, full of courage as red stripes gleaming bright.
Clean in body, heart, and mind, as the other stripes are white.
True as the true blue background. True as the true blue background with stars send out their light.
Yes, our flag represents and was worth a fight.
Freedom that is for me, loyalty I return, allegiance I pledge to you, gratitude you earn.
From the shores of California to the New York City lights, the shining star of Texas and the clear Dakota nights. Our home is filled with miracles, our sky is bright with stars. For this is our America, the land that we call ours. Stars and stripes, fly high for you and me. Stars and stripes, o'er the land of the free. Every time we see the blazing red, white, and blue, we'll thank our lucky stars and stripes and give our all to you. So we raise our banner high to show that we have worthy pride. And when we have our challenges, we'll face them side by side. And if we keep our dignity, we know we can go far. And prove we are deserving of each stripe and every star. Stars and stripes, fly high for you and me. Stars and stripes, o'er the land of the free. Every time we see the blazing red, white, and blue, we'll thank our lucky stars and stripes and give our all to you. Now we look to you, oh glory, as a sign of who we are. You stand for every victory as well as every scar. We'll strive for truth and justice so our people can live free. To raise our flag and celebrate this land of liberty. Stars and stripes, fly high for you and me. Stars and stripes, o'er the land of the free. Every time we see the blazing red, white, and blue, we'll thank our lucky stars and stripes and give our all to you. We'll thank our lucky stars and stripes and give our all to you. All to you.
From great missions mountains to the rolling countryside, the beauty of this nation no one of us can hide.
From the East Coast to the West, if you travel state by state, you'll find the many kind hearts that make this country great. The songs we have sung throughout the years are just a part of all the pride and gratitude within our hearts.
Oh, we are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively joyful, thankful for the USA.
forget the men and women who answered our nation's call, committing to serve to bring us peace and freedom for us all.
For when I lay my head down at night and go to sleep in peace, I can stay there knowing all is well while they're standing on their feet.
Keeping watch, protecting shore to shore, and air and ocean too. Defending freedom for all, cause for the red, white, and the blue.
We salute all who serve in the present or the past. The gratitude we feel now, forever may it last.
At this time, we're going to be doing the Salute to the Armed Forces song, and this is one of my favorite things to do every year. And when we're singing this song from your branch of military, we would love for you to stand up and join in singing it with us, and so we can recognize and honor you. Not you guys. I know you guys. I know. Future. That's our future out there. Stand up, ready to take a song. But yes, we would love for you to stand up if you served in that branch of military. And you can go ahead and turn off all the lights from out here. We're going to turn them off all in a little bit. We did put the words up here for you guys if you would like to. Well, maybe not all, so we can see. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody from the Army?
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. For it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count on the cadence loud and strong. Wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Anybody from the Coast Guard?
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, high shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our fame and glory too. To fight to save or fight and die, I Coast Guard, we're all for you.
Anybody from the Marines?
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles from the air, open and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give 'em their guns. Down we dive, striking our flame from under. Off the gun, heck of a roar. We live in fame, we're down in flame. No, nothing can stop the U.S. Air
To the soldiers who traveled onto countries far and near, in peace and war you paid the price for the cause you hold so dear.
That we may wake each morning bright and know that freedom rings because of your great sacrifice, this is why we sing.
Thank you, men and women brave and strong. To those who served so gallantly, we sing this grateful song.
The many who have gone before to defend and protect our land will always be a part of us, for united now we stand.
We're thankful that we're living in the nation of the free, for a voice and a choice. Yes, that's our guarantee.
We celebrate America and freedom's shining light. From state to state within each heart, may it burn ever bright.
And now that it is time to go, we leave you one last thought. Stand proud for all that's gone before, for freedoms that were bought.
Nebraska, Nevada,
New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York.
the lights, oh say can you see, shining out in liberty, on each day throughout our land, shine upon us as we stand free.
North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma,
Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina,
South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah,
Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Can you go ahead and sit back down like you were before? Take the flags out. Take your flags out so they don't break. At this
Fourth grade, that was amazing. Thank you for doing that program to honor our veterans this morning. All right, at this time I need all Walker students to get quiet. We would like to recognize and honor our guests that are here. And if we call your name, please stand so that we can recognize you and your service that you gave to our country. All right, we're going to start with Captain Adam Hobbs from the Air Force. He served 8 years and he is related to Lillian Hobbs. Will you please stand?
Private First Class Laura Weiss Hyatt. She served in the Army for 8 years and she is related to Brogan Hyatt.
Sergeant David Penny served in the Air Force for 4 years and he is related to Jude Hammer.
Electronics Tech Second Class Jeff Banks. He served in the Navy for 20 years and he is related to Hayden and Peyton Sharp.
Airman First Class E3 Kenneth Broadwell served in the Air Force for 8 years and he is related to Seth Broadwell.
Colonel Len Lyle with the Air Force. He served for 30 years, and he is related to Eli Lyle.
Technical Sergeant Perry Hooten, Air Force, 20 years, and he is related to Sarah Rogers. And we have Major Billy Berry with the Army. He was our guest speaker. We have Specialist E4 Billy Broadwell. He served in the Army for 6 years, and he is related to Seth Broadwell. Lieutenant Bob Franco with the Army. He served for 4 years, related to Francisco Franco. We have First Lieutenant Bob Ryan, served in the Army for 5 years, and he is related to Lynn Ryan. Specialist E4 Eli Keffer served in the Army for 4 years and is related to Regan and Maddie Keffer. We have Lieutenant Colonel James Ford, and he is in the Army for 23 years, and he's related to Reed Felder. First Lieutenant Ken Nutt. He served in the Army for 3 years and is related to Kenley and Braden Boston. Master Sergeant E.B. Ron Reisinger, Army for 25 years, and he is related to Emmy Reisinger. Major Sammy Bowman with the Army for 22 years, related to Tommy Horn. Technical Sergeant Richard Berg in the Army and Air Force for 15 years, and he's related to Isabella Berg. Corporal Edgar Hood served in the Marine Corps for 4 years and is related to Aiden Hood and Abby Osborne. Sergeant Thomas Hammer in the Marine Corps for 8 years, and he is related to Jude Hammer. Lance Corporal David Thorne served in the Marine Corps for 2 years and is related to Jack Griggs. Sergeant Jerry Carter in the Marine Corps for 2 years, and he is related to Hunter Arona. Corporal Justin Charles with the Marine Corps served for 6 years and is related to Zion Charles. Lance Corporal Wayne Lacey in the Marine Corps served for 2 years, and he is related to Savannah and Sonny Lacey. Corporal John Elam with the Marine Corps served for 4 years and is related to Jack Elam. Torpedum 3rd Class David Lewis, Navy, 6 years, and he is related to James Stevens. E3 Petty Officer Gerald Van Laar served in the Navy for 2 years and is related to Holland Van Laar Freever. Petty Officer 3rd Class John Schreiber. He served in the Navy for 4 years, and he is related to Avery Schreiber. Petty Officer 1st Class Loy Carter. He served in the Navy for 4 years and is related to Cameron Carter. E3 Petty Officer Michael Hartsock served in the Navy for 4 years, and he is related to Allie Toops. And we have our final one is Petty Officer 2nd Class Mike Carter, and he served as a Navy SEAL.
If there is anyone whose name that we did not call, that we did not have your name down, please stand at this time so we can recognize you. Great.
All right. Well, we want to thank you so much to our veterans and families for coming out and letting us take this time to stop in our day and honor the work and service that you gave to our country. We greatly appreciate you and hope that you felt that today. We would like to follow our program in assembly with a reception in our library for families that came in attendance. That includes students who have a guest that are with them. And our library is now directly behind you in our new library, right behind you through those double doors. So we'll first get our students dismissed because I think we're too tight to let you all move until we do that. So we'll get our students dismissed, and then if you will meet us in the library, we have some treats for you, and we would like to just celebrate and honor you just a bit more. Thank you so much for coming out today.